Hello everybody, this is Waldorf.
And this is Statler.
And today we're going to be talking about unit pivots.
And this is how you pivot your units during the movement phase.
Correct. Or even after a combat.
Or after a combat, yes.
It's just a unit pivot as opposed to a reform.
Correct.
Not a reform, pivot. So, what do we got? We've got a big Nasher herd.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go. We're going to pivot.
Nope.
No, we're going to advance and pivot.
Nope.
We're going to retreat and
We're
pivot.
Retreat and pivot.
And I don't know what the hell
We're
that
going to move
was supposed to
sideways
be.
and pivot.
If you
Now we're going to pivot.
Lift, pivot,
Drop.
put it back down in the same spot.
Lift, pivot, drop. Keep the center in the
Lift,
same
pivot, drop.
spot.
Correct. Now, if you need to be a little bit more exacting, if you're in a tight spot somewhere like that, then I kind of recommend using dice to assist you do this. So basically, use dice to outline the center of your unit.
So it's a big cross, basically.
And if you want to take extra time, make sure all the ones are up on top of the dice.
It's only because it's the video.
If you have an obsessive compulsive disorder and you must do this, then you use your dice.
And you pull the dice out so you have a place to put your guys down after you move them.
And you pick your unit up. Now you can kind of be a little bit more free with it, squeeze it, move it around a little bit.
To get just
until
perfect.
you find the center of the unit.
Exactly.
And there you have it.
And then no one can question where
dice,
you were.
Using dice to pivot. Yeah, exactly. It's very clear to your opponent. It's a nice thing. It's a nice thing to do for your opponent, just so that he doesn't think you're trying to do anything.
Correct.
Even if you're not. It just kind of clarifies that.
And once again, I wouldn't do this for every time you pivot a unit a little, 20 degrees.
Right.
But when you're doing something kind of radical, particularly if you have units that aren't square, because it's easy to inadvertently drift.
Correct. It is. It really is. And especially in a tournament, if you get near, if you're up near the higher tables, these things start to matter more.
Correct.
Because people are judging, your opponents are judging where they know you can be, and then all of a sudden you're going to do a quick pivot, and all of a sudden
you're
you're not quite where you should be.
Exactly.
Right. And that just raises difficulties. So if you do it this way, it's very clear. I don't recommend having to use the ones on all the dice. But other than that, it's very clear, and this is the way to go about it.
So lift,
a good way.
Pivot, drop.
All right?
When you want to be precise, build a cross.
There you go. Nice little rhyme you had there.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, thank you for listening.
Till next time.